brought to you by the Mentor Connector.
Hello, 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 and welcome to Mentored. I'm your host, Ryan McMack, and today we're doing a show about learning, community, and fun, based around the holidays. So thanks for joining us. So today is a very special episode because it's our first episode. And we also get to talk about not one, but 3 different holidays. We get to take you back to the spooktacular Halloween. We get to fill you in on a little Thanksgiving. And then we get to talk about the winter holidays. And maybe if we have time, we'll even bring up Belly Laugh Day. We probably won't have time, but it's January 24th. So moving forward, because we do have a very special guest today. She's the Queen of Halloween. She is the hostess of the holidays, and she is the Wonder Woman herself. Why don't we give a warm welcome to Miss Barbie Spalding. Hi, Barbie.
Hi,
How are you
Ryan.
today?
I'm well.
You look fabulous.
Thank you.
So what's your secret?
Lack of sleep, 4 jobs, stress, and overeating.
Well, perhaps things I should take on. We're ecstatic to have you on the show today. We have a lot in store for our viewers. And from what I hear, you're the person to have on the show to talk about these holidays. So what does your holiday interest stem from?
I think it comes from wanting to create holiday memories for my sons, Dallas and Dylan.
And I know it's not just your sons. Everyone around you is smiling. They always have a great time, unless you're trying to scare them.
Right.
So every year, speaking of scaring, Barbie holds a haunted house. So this haunted house, where did you come up with the idea for it?
So 16 years ago, when my sons decided they were too old to trick or treat, I created a little haunted house while they were at school that we invited our friends and family to go through, and it was a big hit. So it kind of grew from there, and now we're at 30 volunteers and weeks of work.
Wow. So how many people generally come through more recently?
So this year we had a decrease in numbers, which we think is because of the storm. We had 853 people go through our house, and our record number is 1,134 people, and that was last year, 2018.
Wow. That's like 400 people an hour.
Correct.
So why don't you walk us through this? Walk us through the setup. What does it take for you to put something like this on?
Sure. So 6 weeks before Halloween, we get together, my husband and I, and some volunteers that have been with us for more than 10 years, Dee Lamore, Lori Abatel, and Kayla Weeks. We come up with a theme for the year's haunted house. We set up a schedule. We get volunteers, recruit people. We have work parties where we build props or fix props that have been damaged. We work for the weeks to get everything set up. We literally got our house, take everything out and fill it with all of the props and all of the animatronics and things like that. We cast for Halloween, and then we put on advertising, and then we put on a show.
And it is a show indeed. So, and you do this all for one day a year. Just Halloween. 3 hours. People come through your house. And there's always candy at the end, if I'm not mistaken.
That is correct.
So, as a 3-time All-Star volunteer, I can definitely attest to the amount of work that you put in, your husband Gary puts in, and all your MVPs put into this spooktacular event. So, now our boy Riley at Castleton University did us a solid, and he was able to walk through and put some footage together for us. So, we get to show you what it's like to go through Barbie's haunted house. Check it out.
There's a solid 5 inches of water.
Did you see Will? They took Will. Where's Will?
The eyeball right.
Now there is your frown, man. Oh, one of them was added up, didn't they?
Oh, you know what Pennywise. Oh my.
I don't know. Watch out! Something's gonna come out at you.
What we got now? What's the formula?
Well, that was not only spooktacular, it was spectacular. Now, for those that volunteer for this, we generally don't have a lot of time to run through it and see it ourselves. So that was definitely a treat to be able to run through it and see all the hard work we put into it, all the work Barbie puts into it, and obviously can't wait to see it next year as well. For those of you just joining us, we're here with Barbie Spalding talking about the holidays. So we just wrapped up Halloween, and now we're venturing onward here. So, Barbie, welcome back.
Thank you.
Let's just jump into it. What does Thanksgiving look like at the Barbie Spalding household?
We have a traditional Thanksgiving dinner, but we also have an ode to my Italian heritage and usually have a pasta dish included with our Thanksgiving meal. But when we play this great game where...
A game?
Yes, where we have what we call crackers. Some people call them poppers, but they are cardboard tubes that are wrapped, and when you open them, they make a sound, a popping sound. And inside there is a joke and a toy, but the best part is there's a paper crown, and everybody has to put the paper crown on their head, and the last person to take the crown off wins prize.
Huh, now is this like a Burger King crown? Like, do you have to make your own crown?
No,
like
it's a paper crown. The paper's not the same as a Burger King crown, but but it's
Okay, so
colored.
it's something that you have prepared.
It comes in the tube, in
It
the
comes
popper.
in
yeah.
the popper.
Yes.
I can't believe I've never seen one of these things before. So, okay, so after your fun game, do you do this before or after you eat dinner?
Before.
Okay, so after you win your prize, is there like a prize every year? Is it a different prize?
We try to do a different prize every
okay.
year.
What's the prize? Can you tell us the prize this year?
Well, we're trying to decide what the prize will be this year, but usually it's a gift card of some sort.
Okay, so that's fun. I don't know if you've ever been to the show or store Five Below, but if you were ever going to get me a gift card, please get me one there. Okay, so what's your favorite food? What's your favorite dish?
I love turkey. That's my favorite part of the meal, is the turkey.
Turkey, obviously, the whole holiday is based around turkey.
I know.
Thanksgiving, right? So turkey has to be everybody's favorite. I'm a huge fan of the Italian dish. So my Italian aunt always held Thanksgiving growing up, and she always had like a ziti or a baked ziti or something like that. So I generally have just a ton of turkey, ton of baked ziti, and a giant heap of mashed potatoes with some gravy. And then everyone always barks at me about not having enough vegetables. So, all right, enough about this food. Our next segment, Barbie and I go through a couple cool craft ideas that are sure to make your friends, family, and guests holler for joy. So why don't we take a look at that? Hey everybody, welcome to the Mentor Center. We're here to do our craft time. Barbie, what do you have for us today?
I have a pilgrim hat that you can make for your Thanksgiving Day table. So you're going to start with a K-cup.
K-cup.
K-cup. You're going to clean it out. Then you're going to paint it black. You're going to cut a 2.5-inch circle and a 6-inch strip of felt and thread a soda can tab through there. You're going to glue the felt. And you're going to end up with something like this. And you can either put someone's name in it and use it at your table for your table setting, or you can put a gratitude in there, something that you're grateful for Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's such a great idea. I think that I'm going to come over to your house, so why don't you make me one? My gratitude is that Barbie is making me Thanksgiving. For a little bit of the holiday cheer around the winter time, we got a couple cool things to do. So we're making a reindeer and we're making a snowman. So this snowman, start with this. What you do is you got one of these little clothespins, pretty cheap. Any dollar store will probably have them. And then you're going to go ahead and you're going to paint it white. So I pre-did that. So once you paint it white, you're going to get your hot glue gun, and then you're going to get a little piece of red felt here. You get your black pipe cleaner, and we're going to make a hat, a scarf, and obviously all the charcoal for the buttons. So I like to start with the buttons. So we're just going to go ahead and boop, 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 and then a little 2 eyes and a couple for the mouth. Then I grab my orange. These are just regular markers, nothing crazy. And we're going to go ahead and dot that little nose here. So this is what you got so far. Alright, so now comes the gluing part of it. First I like to make up my hat. Literally all I do is zigzag back and forth. Right here, back and forth. Keep going. It could be a Abe Lincoln hat. It could be a short hat. Whatever you want to do, you can do it. I'm just going to do the whole thing to make life easy for me. There we go. Squish it all together. I mean, you guys at home could probably do something a little nicer than that. And then you're just going to glue it right to the top of it as such. And then you're going to take your little scarf thing here. And you're going to cut it down to size. I'm going to guess that's the size. And then you're just going to glue a little piece like that. You're going to fringe the ends. Once you get some working scissors, And then I just like to just clip it right on. And then maybe just glue it on the front there so it looks like so. And then when it's all said and done, we got ourselves a little snowman. So you clip this to a tree, you could put a little magnet on the back and throw a picture in it, or maybe some ingredients, or I guess you could use it as a name tag as well, a name tag holder, but just a lot of uses. Probably a $5 will get you, 107 of these. So the same thing is very similar to the reindeer. So this reindeer, we're going to paint this one. So you just get a little white there. Just paint a little bit, because most reindeers have that little white spot. And then these antlers were a little tricky. So let's see if we can do this again. It's kind of like, and Barb can help me out here. Do you know how to make any antlers, or? Let's see here.
I think you're doing pretty good.
Okay, just twist that and then wrap that around and kind of do a do-it. And maybe come back down.
I think any deer hunter would be happy to get that deer.
Okay, great. And then, obviously, and then I'm just gonna wrap the rest of it around like so. Okay, so I mean, we'll see what happens. So again, just like the other one, this one's just gonna go right on top there. You just glue that, and then so. What I did is I wanted to deviate the legs a little bit, so I just kind of took this black marker and just deviated the legs. Maybe that's the wrong word. Deviate, is that the wrong word? Then you take this thing, you get your glue, and you just boom, right on. Rudolph comes out instantly. So when it's all said and done, you got this little guy. I think his name's Rudolph. You've probably seen him before. So there you go. You got one and dos. Spanish for two. Well, I'm pretty sure that wraps up our craft sesh. So I hope that y'all had fun, you learned something, and you're going to take this home back to your people and be able to do this with them. So I think that's all I have to say. Barbie, what about you? You got anything?
Sure. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Back to the studio. Well, thanks, Barbie and Ryan. What a wonderful segment. In fact, I got your little gift right here. I really appreciate you sending it to me. So, I'm Ryan McBack. We're back in the studio here with Barbie. What a fun time we're having. Barbie, are you having fun?
I am.
That is absolutely fantastic. We appreciate you coming on. And now we get to talk about your Winter Wonderland extravaganza, which definitely puts your haunted house and takes it for a run for its money. So, no, I love snow. I love the holidays. I'm not one to deck my house to the nines. So, what does your Winter Wonderland take to set up?
It takes about a month to set up, and the hardest part is putting up the 60 Christmas trees.
Did you say 60 Christmas trees?
60.
I mean, forget decking it to the nines. You're decking it to the 60s here. So, how long does it take you to set up 60 Christmas trees?
So I used to try to do so many per day, and I had it all mathematically figured out, but now I just say it takes 4 weeks to set them all
4
up.
weeks for 60 Christmas trees. Mm-hmm. So that's like, what, 15 trees a week?
Correct.
Wow. It's like 2 a day.
Yes.
Can't even imagine. So, on top of that, you also have a collection of snowmen.
Correct.
How many snowmen do you have,
I
Barbie?
have over 1,000 snowmen.
Over 1,000? Mm-hmm. So how do you even start a collection like that?
So I started collecting snowmen about 20 years ago. And once you collect something, everyone gives you that, like for every holiday. So I have been blessed with the gift of snowmen for Mother's Day, Christmas, my birthday, any holiday, all holidays.
Okay, so if you ever want to get Barbie a gift, check out a snowman. Now, moving on from that, I've been to one of your houses for one of your soirees, and I remember you had a village, a holiday village. Can you take us for a stroll through your little village? Is it Spaldingville? Like, do you have a name for it? How does that?
We don't have a name for it, but we do have a building permit for it.
Like a real, actual town hall building permit.
Yeah, it was issued by former zoning administrator Jim Simons when he saw how large the Christmas village was, that he gave us a permit for it that we hang near the village every year.
So what kind of things do you have in this village?
So believe it or not, we've tried to make it look like Rutland. And we have all of the municipal offices, of course, and then we have a donut shop, and we have...
Is it Jones's Donuts?
No, unfortunately. And we have a bowling alley, and we have all kinds of amenities in the village. The only thing we don't have is a hospital, and my sons have told me that that's because no one gets sick in our village.
Oh, what a wonderful place to be. So what about transit? Do you have transit?
We do. We have a train station and a train that actually goes around on a track through a tunnel.
Wow. I don't even remember that.
It's a lot.
There's so much to your house. I mean, you could spend weeks there and still miss something, I swear. And so almost every year you invite the Mentor Connector over and have a little party with us, and you put together a little scavenger hunt, which is my favorite part. I love the scavenger hunt. Why don't you tell the public here, the viewers, what it takes to put this scavenger hunt together?
Sure. So what we do is, in order for everyone to see all the trees, we hide an item on every tree. My son Dallas is great at hiding items on the trees. And then we create a list, and people have to go around and find the items that are on the list and write down what tree that those items are on, and then we give away a prize at the end.
Wow. I have to say that I've been still looking for the penny in your Barbie shoe tree, which is the reason I didn't win the prize.
Sorry, maybe next time.
Anyway, Barbie, it was great to have you on the show. You're obviously the queen of holidays, and I can't wait to see what future years bring. I hope you invite me after the show, and we can definitely see you next year.
Thank you.
Well, I'm Ryan McMack. This is Mentored. Please join us. We got a new episode coming in January. We're going to be here learning together, talking about community together, and having fun together. So with that, I'm out. You guys have a great day.
Mentored! Brought to you by the Mentor Connector.